This is Dan Abbott. I'm making this video as an update to creating a full section assembly using the caster as an example. There was a change in release 2013 of SolidWorks, and I'm going to show you what that change means. We're looking now at the assembly itself. Everything is centered. I'm going to go ahead and make a drawing from this assembly. Now I'll come over and I'm going to make a decision to go and browse to the R drive so that we can use the template that I've created. We'll go to the parametric modeling folder in the R drive. There's a folder down on that drive called Template SolidWorks. We'll put this on a B-size paper, so TB metric. Pick OK. Comes in and it's going to give me some views and ask me what I want to do. I'm going to grab the top view of this as opposed to the bottom view or the front view. And I'm going to take that top view and I'm going to put it off the sheet of paper. Change the scale so it's a 1:1 scale. It's a little bit bigger. Now what I want to do is to place a section line. And in order to do that section line, what I need to do, move that up a little bit, and then what I need to do is to be able to see through it so that I can indicate where the section line goes. So I'm going to select the view, go back over to the left hand side, indicate that I want hidden lines to be placed. Now at one time in SolidWorks I'd have to start by sketching an offset section because that's what I need. That offset section would come up through here. One other thing I'm going to do in this view is to go to the tangent edges and remove them to simplify things a little bit. So now we're looking down through, we can see where everything is located. Instead of having to sketch a line like you had to in 2012, all you have to do now is go over to View Layout, pick Section View, and now you get some tools on the left hand side showing you how the cutting plane line might look. We're going to use a horizontal cutting plane line, so I'll select that. And I'm going to do an offset section. I'm going to come up and just go through the center of that bolt. And then I'm going to select the notch offset tool that comes up automatically. I'm going to say start an offset right here. Now I'm going to bring my offset tool over to this location. And now it asks you how deep that notch should go. I'm going to make that notch go directly through the midpoint of this shaft right here. And what that does now is creates an offset section. When I pick the OK button, I'm not going to remove anything from the scope at this point. But this now puts me in the same position I was in prior to that using 2012 simply by selecting a line that I'd cut through. Now on occasion you'll find that there are some anomalies here. Even though this cut line makes a turn up in here and there's nothing up there as far as the axle support goes that would be a problem. You'll notice that right there that arc has disappeared. It doesn't disappear on the other side, and it may be that if I go back and change that a little, I don't think it looks like it's going to make a difference. It's just one of those things that happens in software once in a while. Now if I want to include that arc, what I can do is actually sketch it in. And to sketch it in, I would create a layer. That layer would include, I'm going to make it called an object layer. That layer would include a line weight that was appropriate for a thick line. So we'll take 0.35, and now I'm going to go over to the sketch mode. I'm going to sketch a 3-point arc. Actually, I'm going to sketch a tangent arc if I can. Can't do that, and here's why. It doesn't recognize that as an edge, so I really need to start by sketching a line first. So there's a little line on top of the line that was already there. I'll do a tangent arc. Now if I do a tangent arc from here, it'll let me come down like this. And what I've done is just sketched in a little arc just to fill in the difference. After this, you go through the change in the scope the same way you did in early releases by selecting properties, section scope, picking things like the shaft to remove from the scope, pick the bolt, don't cut all instances, pick the nut, don't cut all instances, and then zoom in here and pick the washer, don't cut all instances, so that when you get started you have removed all the fasteners in the shaft from the assembly. So the other videos that were from an early release of SolidWorks will walk you through the rest of this appropriately, and I'm going to end this one now.